everyone, welcome to class. My name is Shannon. I use she, her pronouns. Today's little short flow I actually designed for my little brother Scott to bring some stretching in after he goes to the gym. So I hope you enjoy, Scott. Before we start moving, I'd like to acknowledge that I'm filming this on Nipaluna country and I pay my respects to elders past and present. So I'll get you to start, whether you have a mat or not, I'll get you to start standing. And we're going to just start by standing up tall and reaching our arms to the side. So you're going to kind of push the world away with the hands. And I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. But you're going to start to bring the arms back. They won't go back super far, but let the chest bow forward, let the chin lift, maybe a slight tilt to the tailbone as well. And then you're going to kind of reverse that. So you'll start to tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin. Same time, arms come forward. You'll hug the shoulders and round in slightly, maybe a bend to the knees. Inhale, you'll open arms wide, chest forward, chin lifts. Exhale to round. Just a couple more of these, feeling these openings and then roundings in the back of the chest. And then from here, the next time you open, you're going to bring both hands to the small of the back and interlace. Here, really broaden the chest. It's like you're trying to pull the shoulders away from the front of the body. Feel the shoulder blades come closer to the spine. You'll start to maybe keep hands here or maybe straighten the elbows. It doesn't matter which one. We'll start to fold forward over the legs, bring a generous bend into the knees as you round. Maybe arms are up towards the ceiling more, or maybe they stay at the lower back. Keep the broadness in the chest. Release the hands. You're going to inhale, halfway lift. Here, let the spine lengthen. You're straightening the spine and crown of the head shoots forward. Exhale to fold. We're going to step the left foot back, lower the left knee. You're in a low lunge. And here I want your legs to kind of make this square shape. Here you're going to squeeze the left glute and tuck the tailbone. And already, if you don't do much stretching in the hip flexor, this might be quite tight in the left hip flexor. So you might stay here. If it's like super tight, you might even change between releasing the tuck and then tucking again. You might kind of bring this release and tuck. Or you might keep the tuck, bring the hands to the right thigh, and maybe you rock forward and back. So choosing which one feels better. If you're in this rocking forward and back, keep the tuck of the tailbone. So it'll be super tempting to release the tailbone as you come forward, especially if you do a lot of yoga. But here we're just keeping that tuck of the tailbone. From here, we're going to pause, come back up, keep the left glute squeezing, but you can release that strong tuck of the tailbone. So kind of bring the hips to neutral, squeeze the left glute. Arms come up overhead, then I want you to bend this left elbow, bring left palm to the back of the neck. Right hand finds left elbow, and then you're leaning over to the right. So keep squeezing left glute. Feel that opening in the left side body. If balance is tricky here, you might even walk that right foot out slightly. And then release. We're going to bring left hand to the floor or mat if you have a mat. You're going to walk this right foot forward slightly, come forward. You may even use, you may not have a block, but you might have a book or Tupperware or something at the gym to bring under this left hand. And I don't want you, as you have walked this leg out, to just let your pelvis sink here. So I want you to kind of still maintain some effort in the glutes to hold the pelvis up. And then here you're going to squeeze that left glute again. Again, this might be enough effort, or you might bend in the left knee and start to bring left heel towards left glute. Maybe if you can reach, you're holding on to that left foot, maybe pulling it a bit closer. You'll probably feel that left hip flexor, maybe left quad. Again, you're not sinking in the hips. They're kind of up a bit. There's a bit of engagement around the hips. And then from here, we'll let go. You can move that item to the side. You could do it without a block or anything as well. Just depends how tight the hips are. here you're going to come into a tabletop position, on knees, on hands, and we're finding a cat-cow. So you'll start to tilt the tailbone up towards the sky, let the belly drop down. Same time, chest drops down, but chin lifts. So you're making this kind of U shape towards the mat. And then we'll do the opposite. You'll round, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin in towards the chest, press strong into the hands. Inhale, you'll reverse, belly drops, chin lifts. Exhale to round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to round. And then I'm just going to move forward so you can still see me, but stay where you are. You're going to step that left foot back, toes are on the mat, and just start to rock back and forward slightly into that left calf, just a quick little calf stretch. And then from here, stay where you are, I'm just walking forward so I don't run into anything. You're going to look over the right shoulder and then take this left foot over to the right. So you'll watch it come over to the right, just as far as it'll go. It'll run into that right inner thigh. And then here, start to move that left foot back so that you sink down a little bit, left knee can drop. Now, if this is quite tight in your outer right hip, stay here. You might kind of rock side to side. Might feel nice to also come down onto the forearms. Maybe you stay here, maybe you bring a twist by bringing left forearm to the mat. You might even hold onto right knee, take right hand to the floor, maybe twist towards that right hip. Breathing into that stretch in outer right hip. Maybe slight IT band stretch, see how it feels. And then hands will come forward, we'll come back to our tabletop. Just briefly, we're finding a down dog, so tucking the toes, lift the hips. You might have really bent knees here, so it's quite a big ask on your hamstrings. So no expectation to have completely straight legs. Wherever you are, bring a small walk into the leg, so you're bending one knee, straightening one leg. Just a couple of moments walking, walking, walking. And then you're going to walk your feet forward towards your hands. Find a forward fold here, generous bend in the knees, arms are heavy, head is heavy, maybe a quick shake of the head, yes or no, shake of the shoulders. And then here with a completely relaxed upper body, we're going to start to roll slowly up to standing, stacking the spine. So you'll start to push through the feet, begin to stack the lower spine, keep arms and head heavy. Keep going, 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 up the spine. Everything starts to stack, shoulders roll back, stand up tall. Take a moment to make sure your feet are hips width apart. You'll take arms overhead, inhale. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand. You're going to reach up and over towards the right. Feel that side body stretch. Next, inhale back through center. Exhale over to the right. Swap the hands. Now you're pulling right hand over to the left. Inhale back through center. We're going to fold over the legs and bring our arms super wide, folding over the legs, bend in the knees. Inhale to half lift, spine lengthens, crown of head forward. Exhale to fold. This time it's right leg that steps back, drop down onto the right knee, come into this square shape with the legs. Straight away you're tucking that you're engaging right glute and tucking the tailbone. So really squeeze the right glute, tuck the tailbone. This might be enough. You might be playing with a tuck and release, or maybe you keep the tuck and you're coming into these little rocks forward and back, noticing that opening in the right hip. And then from here, come back upright. You can release the tuck of the tailbone, but keep the right glute squeezing. Arms lift up to the ceiling. Straight away, bend right elbow. Take hold of kind of the neck with the right hand. Left hand can take hold of that right elbow and lean over to the left. Again, you might walk that left foot out slightly for balance. Breathing here into that right side body stretch. back through center. Bring the hands down. You're going to walk this left foot forward and out to the side a little. You might place a block or something stable under this right hand. Let the hips come forward, but don't let them fully sink down. So there's still some engagement here. Maybe if you squeeze the right glute, this is enough. Otherwise, keep squeezing right glute, but maybe you lift that right heel to right glute. Maybe you reach back. Maybe you can take hold there of right foot with left hand. Keep pressing strong in this right hand. Keep squeezing right glute. And then you'll release if you have that hold. Bring both hands down again. Block might move to the side. Instead of cat-cow, we'll go straight away into our step back with right foot. And just a quick little calf stretch here, rocking forwards and back. Length down the back of that right leg. And then pause that calf rocking. You're going to look now over the left hand side, so over left shoulder, and then move that right foot all the way to the left, as far as it'll go. And then start to move it on the diagonal back, 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 back. You'll drop down onto the right knee. Maybe you're up quite high and you're just wiggling around here. Not just, but you know what I mean. You're wiggling around here. Maybe you're down on the forearms. Maybe right forearm to the floor. You're twisting over towards that left leg. Breath or two here. And then hands will come forward again when you're ready to come out. You'll find that tabletop. We won't come to down dog this time. This time I want you to find a low plank and then lower all the way down to the mat. Move this out of the way. And here you're going to bring the hands, if you're on a mat, hands off the mat. Otherwise, hands out at shoulder height to the side. You're going to tent the fingertips. Inhale, you'll lift up off the mat with the chest. Roll the shoulders down the back body. Really push strong into the tops of the feet so that your knees are lifted off the mat. Exhale to round and lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. This time you're going to stay lifted, but you're going to drop right shoulder towards the center of the mat. It might touch, it might not. Look out over left shoulder. Back through center. Left shoulder drops, look out over right. Back through center, one more time each side. Right shoulder drops, look out over left. Back through center, left shoulder drops, look out over right. Back through center. From here, you'll lay down on the mat, but if you've never done this before, it's called broken wing, you might peek at me. You're going to bring your right arm out to the side, kind of in this goalpost shape. From here, you're actually looking towards the left. Left hand will push into the mat next to your left shoulder. And then you're just going to push up and roll over onto your right hip. This left foot might land behind you for balance. Here, some options. You might straighten that arm. Maybe it feels better bent. And you're just stretching out the front of the right side of the chest here, or the top area of the chest, breathing for a moment. And then coming back through center, you'll reach this left arm in goalpost, right hand plants next to right shoulder, looking out to the right. You might bend that right knee in preparation and then push over onto left hip. Maybe right toes land behind you, breathing into this right shoulder. And this is our very last stretch, so after a few breaths here, coming back through center, pushing through hands and knees. And here is where I will leave you. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, morning, wherever, whenever you're practicing. And I hope you enjoyed. Thanks. Bye.